Where is team? Team. Mystery team. Where are they? Where is my controller? Where is controller? Controller. I won't be able to see if they try and join. That's what happens when you're late for the meeting. Uh-oh, downloading update. It's fine. When I look up in the sky like that, I'm looking through the nose hole at my screen on monitor too. If anyone else from the team showed up. Let's see if I can get this cable. We have achieved full nerd. Black screen. Good. Connected. Good. It's usually a good idea if I am too bad you can't see what I see. I need to figure out a way to share the VR with the stream. Oh, I heard a bing. Can I click the thing? There we go.
Hello.
Hello, a person.
I am here.
Welcome to the stream channel. As you can see, like trying to navigate the headset. I keep running out of battery during these sessions, so I'm trying to avoid putting the headset in non-sleep mode, but then sometimes my dev environment forgets that it exists.
Yeah, that always makes it a bit of a pain when it's not working that way.
I think the first time I launch game, it's good if I'm in link, and then after that it should sort of remember when it wakes up. Let's try that. Did you and Jillian get on at all on the weekend with the thingy thing?
Not over the weekend, but last week I did some research and, her and I chatted at least a little bit back and forth. And we're trying to get to the kind of the root of this whole UV unwrapping memory issue. And I think we learned some good information. Let me pull up our chat so I can make sure I'm quoting it correctly. And it sounds like this was kind of a fundamental part that at least I was misunderstanding when we were first going through things, is there's actually 2 UV channels, potentially more, but I've only ever seen it be used on the 2 channels. And the first channel, UV0, is for color mapping. So that's where Jillian goes in and maps all of the colors to the parts on the models. And then that way we only have to use a single, we've been calling it a color map. It's like a grid of different colors. And she just
Right.
says, okay, this, the roof of this all maps to this single pixel. And that's what makes it look like colored tiles or the wall or so UV0, or the first channel, is just for color mapping. This is also, if we weren't doing it that way, it would be used for texture mapping to make sure it wraps around the object and the texture is applied correctly. In our case, we're doing it pretty simplistic with single colors, and I think that matches the vibe we're going for, so that's fine. But the interesting part is the second channel, or UV1, is for light baking. And that's kind of where our confusion was falling, is that we were trying to figure out, when we import into Unity, to get the lighting working correctly, we have to click the little box on import that says generate light map UVs. And Unity takes over, does its behind the scenes work, and generates an unwrapped UV for the second channel, which is used when generating light maps for the scene. The difficult part with that is you could skip that second UV channel, like the auto generation that Unity does, by manually creating that second channel in Blender, and instead of letting Unity do it automatically, do it in Blender. I'm not 100% sure how difficult that is. Do you have to do it 100% manually? Is there a tool you can use? Is there an automatic Blender way to do it? Whatever it is. So those are kind of the two things that we can do. And we're thinking there might have been some sort of mix-up in, we're trying to bring over the object, and we think there was just some confusion in both the export from Blender and the import from Unity as to which UV channel is being used and what is it being used for. So we're going to try a couple different things in terms of, she's going to create the first UV channel and map the colors as normal, make sure it's exporting correctly with that, and then creating a second UV channel that's empty for Unity to use when it automatically does its baking.
Hmm.
Um, there might be some other options for not light baking at all, but we just have to figure out what does that look like performance-wise if we're not light baking. Does everything have to be real-time lights, or can we still do a light bake on the objects that aren't automatically generating the light map through Unity? So, there's still a little bit of testing that we have to do, but a lot of it was just research to figure out what the UV channels are, what they're used for, and then what settings to use when exporting from Blender and importing into Unity. Um, so a little bit still up in the air, but steps in the right direction to understanding what to do next.
Sounds promising.
It could be one of those things where, the first pass of a level, we don't generate any light maps, either at all or don't generate them. Generate the UV light maps on the individual models, just for the sake of putting the level together and making it work well, for testing purposes and getting in there. And then once we're ready to do a full light bake of the build, going back and having Jillian manually do the UV unwrapping, so that way we don't have to rely on Unity's automatic one. It tends to not be as accurate as doing it through like Blender, so you're more likely to get like artifacting or light bleeding in areas that might not happen if you do it through Blender, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think the more kind of design can be done by Blender, the better. And then so that, you know, Unity is just focused on sim.
Yeah. And there's also the kind of, in this same process, we see um, another kind of similar thing that's been brought up before, which is unfortunately the ideal or the quote unquote proper way to do it is bringing in each individual model, like every single object as a separate
Yeah.
model, which you then prefab out and build the level completely within Unity. Which is difficult because Blender, first off, if you've already learned Blender, like in Jillian's case, that's where all of her expertise lies. So switching over to Unity involves kind of switching gears and learning a different tool set, but it also, Blender's really good about like level building in the sense that you can kind of snap things together and join vertices, and like Unity, even though you can build the level in it, it's not the same process as it is in Blender. So it's kind of like the do you take the path that makes it easier for the developers and the artists to get something out there quick and easy, or do you take the path that's a little bit longer and more difficult, knowing that it might be the technical way to do it for performance purposes? And in the end, if that means that we do a quick version where we import everything through Blender as just like large objects or sections of the level, do a bunch of testing. That's kind of like the dev environment we're in now to do what we need to do, knowing that right before we release the game, it might actually be more efficient to do a final rebuild of the level completely within Unity, um, assuming it's not going to take 100 hours to do so. But just an interesting like thought process as we were doing some of the research, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. When do you do stuff in Blender versus Unity? Sometimes it's really clear cut, and other times it's kind of vague or up to the team itself. That being said, I also was able to, I clicked load on Unity with Jillian's first like 3 lanes and let it do its import. Even though it popped up with a memory error, I just kind of hit OK and let it keep running in the background. And when I came back a few hours later, my scene had loaded. So it does work. It does get there. It
Eventually.
might take a long time to do it the first time. Today, it did not take that long. About the normal amount of time it takes to boot up Unity. So it looks like it just is that very first time that we import some of those complicated scenes that might take our computers a bit. Once
As
you've
long
done
as
it
it
once, it's easy.
finishes.
Yeah, exactly. And it did get there. It's just a matter of kind of picking the right time to be like, okay, I'm stepping away for the rest of the night. I'm just going to hit load and let it do its thing. And then I don't care if it takes 20 minutes or 10 hours because I'm not coming back for a few minutes. So, or until the next day or whatever.
Well, that's not good. I went to test my new level changes on the device finally, and it kind of black screened. I think it might be the
Oh,
black.
black screen. That might be the fader.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because the logic is kind of written around the fader. Sadly.
I mean, we can disable the fader for now. Maybe I can find a better way.
Oh, don't you worry about it. I haven't checked my stuff in even yet. Are you on your usual mic? Wade, you seem a little quiet.
No, let me swap it out. It's probably using my headset one. I don't know. Let me see.
Whichever. I can adjust the volume. It just checking in.
Why is it not? It should be using my Yeti. What's going
Yeah, I
on?
can just crank you up in the chat.
Yeah, and sorry I am not live on camera today.
Yeah, we know.
It's I'm not usually self-conscious, but like my whole face is swollen. It's not very great.
You can't say that and not show the chat.
I mean, I can show
We'll
you.
cut
It's
that
not
out.
a big
No,
deal,
it's okay.
but
It's okay. It's okay.
uh,
Don't scare away the viewers.
yeah, for real. Um, no, my girlfriend's like, "Do you need to like take a Benadryl or something?" Maybe.
Steroids. Was I drunk when I coded this before? The branch is called Andrew Multi-Shen. The German spelling of scene.
Do you know German?
I know how to spell. I know like German phonetic spelling.
Oh,
Or
cool.
used to. Yeah, I won some language awards in like high school 30 years ago.
Oh, neat.
I don't have functional German.
I wish I
Andere
could.
Multischene.
I wish I could pick up languages easier.
My buddy Mike Field speaks it really well. But his girlfriend's also German.
Schön.
But he likes to tell me all the different ways of that Germans like their eggs and the different ways they eat their. It's like spelt or whatever. Or there's like a different word for every like a 5-minute egg, a 2-minute egg, a 1-minute egg,
That's
a
awesome.
6-minute egg.
That's wild. It's weird how you know, so many languages have like different things that they can specialize in, you know.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
sounds a lot
Yeah.
more clear.
You're at the same level as Max now.
Okay.
Scene to unload while operation do thing. Fade screen, fade duration. I wonder. Launch the new scene. When the lobby loads, is the fader active until it loads, Wade?
Or me?
When the lobby loads, is the fader doing things until it loads? The first time you load the lobby?
I think it fades it off. So it's on by default and then it fades off when you load the lobby.
Okay.
And I think it changes the transparency.
Do
By the
you
way,
know what script does that?
I think there's a fader script. I'll quickly
Yeah.
see. Also, I'm about to head out for my walk. Shan't be long.
Oh, good. I had to do that a little bit ago, right around my lunchtime, because stir crazy at the desk all day.
Yeah, I just need to move a little bit. I walked twice yesterday and I felt like I slept really well, and I have no idea if that has to do with the walk or just random luck. But
Yeah, I get that. You hear a lot that it's like, oh, the more you exercise, the better you'll feel, and it always feels very opposite from I just went and I did a run and now I just feel exhausted.
yeah,
I know it's like a consistency thing though. You can't just do it once and have it all be better, but if only.
Scene transition manager. Scene transition manager fader screen.
I'm heading out. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. See you soon.
Da-da. She. Now. Development. This is bullshit stuff. How can we change one thing and everything frickin' breaks?
It'd be too easy otherwise.
Sorry, just before I go, I think the script is called Fade Screen.
Yeah, I see it. I see it where it's supposed to fade in, and like, yeah. There's also transition manager, and I don't know why it doesn't work, to be honest.
All right, I'll be back.
But
Okay.
it might have just been that it was. Hopefully, it was just that it was interrupted by Normcore on startup. Normcore was like telling me about updates. Maybe that screwed up some,
Yeah, could be.
caused the fader script to time out or something. No, I hate this. Like I put my headset down for 2 seconds and now link disconnected, and now it's just like not wanting to reconnect. Volleyball, why are you so hard? I get Wade though, like the sun is out here. It's hard not to be outside. Got my skateboarding in though. Really, game? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to murder something. Quest length. Device connected. Shut down. Power options. Restart. Failed to restart. Oh, it's installing an update.
Maybe an update is a good thing.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
The Don't Murder Me update. It's a balance. Like, I feel guilty for like not logging in for a couple days, but it's like, why would I log in when I only know there's going to be pain? That's just self-care.
Yeah, you're
The
taking care of
the
yourself
game
mentally.
game development keeps hurting me, and I keep coming back for more pain.
It's like an addiction. Hey, at least it's not hard drugs. That's what I always tell myself.
Remember 2 years ago when we used to get high? Oh my gosh.
And now we just do VR development.
I need a big punching bag or something. How is Link not working? I mean, at least be consistent. At least like 2 minutes ago don't work. Ugh.
Yeah, the most frustrating issues are definitely the ones that you can't seem to get any consistency over.
I mean, I wish someone would just put like, oh, if link turns off, restart quest link app and then restart Unity in that order, right? So at least you'd know.
Yeah.
But it's just like, then maybe try restarting things, maybe reboot your device. Oh my gosh, I'm so cranky now. Oh my god, that's a new record. I don't think I've been this cranky building this game this quickly.
Is it just maintaining like when you try and boot it up, is it just black screen or?
So trying to run the game was black screen. It's like, okay, well maybe there's a bug, right? Because before I was running in keyboard mode, so
Yeah.
maybe I fucked up something with the loading screen and the fader, right? Okay, maybe we'll buy that. So, but then like, you know, the device timed out, so I picked up the device and I turned it back on and tried to run the thing again, and no, just no. Okay. Like link won't connect to my computer because reasons unknown. So
That's frustrating.
try again. Maybe because Unity was hogging the device, but like now, like loading Unity again is gonna take a couple minutes, which is like ridiculous. Like just
You feel
oh
like you
man.
spend more time just waiting for things to load some days, which is frustrating.
And then guess whether it's gonna work or not. Is this gonna work? I don't know. So I was about to yell at Unity for their dev kit sucking, but on the other hand, their dev kit is pretty great.
Well, and we are
Like,
a little bit behind on like Unity versions
I didn't
too.
even, yeah, I didn't even mean Unity. I meant like,
Oh yeah,
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 both of them.
definitely.
Like, Unity is like has given us a game engine for free with a game editor, which is cool. And Oculus, you click a button on a web page and you can use your console as a dev kit, which is also pretty amazing. So, yeah, no, Oculus Link is just not working today. All right. Once again, I will power off. I mean, maybe I'm just like, I haven't started this up in a few days. Maybe I'm just like, did they roll out 1 million updates?
Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps. I also haven't booted that up in.
Every time I shut it down, it's like complaining about a new update.
So hopefully it's just a matter of getting through those updates and
We will see. I don't want to restart my computer because I think it's going to end the session for everyone. Let's see. Quest link. New drivers are available. Okay. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a critical security update.
I know my RIT guy at work did mention that there was going to be some, like a critical Windows update coming out here soon. Wonder if that has anything to do with it. I'd be surprised, but I guess you never know.
Man, now my screen is flickering. What the? It's fine. Everything's. I'm not sure everything's fine. Okay. It's not connected. Okay. Can't find hardware. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I did turn it off. Here we go. It's gonna be good this time. Three. Claims is connected. There's the device. Found a way. Link. Oops. Dots, dots, dots. Stuff is happening. Things are happening. Stuff is happening. Connected to monitor 0.
I'm not sure if Jillian's going to be here today. Barring that, I might start working on trying to generate those UVs for the other lanes. I don't think she's done that yet. So
Just like get the content in.
yeah, to work on finishing up getting the new spooky level fully imported.
But it's our science. It's our only. Oh yeah, that's okay. Let's get it in.
I also don't mind focusing on something else. We can have Jillian import some of that stuff when she's on next.
I mean we've all been waiting a long time to play that thing. If we can get it going, that would be good. I didn't drop the video, but Wade and I were having, even in City Riot, there were spots where we got the mystery velocity added to the ball. Okay, so missing Y's, that's fine, I think. Oh, stuff is happening. I'm in. I'm in the game.
Huzzah.
Okay, code. Uh-oh. Oh, got a code. Join a game. Oh, joined the game. I broke something. I see the inside of my avatar's head,
Oh,
which is
can you
broken.
tell what part? That might be.
Uh,
Oh, like all of it.
Raccoon eyes and teeth. I wonder if I broke that
teeth and the.
somehow. All right, let us load spooky. So something I did screwed up loading the avatar. Because I'm like, cannot move around. My head is stuck on the ground. I feel ill.
That seems odd.
Why
What?
did I break this so badly?
Yeah, what could have changed?
Well, I think maybe the avatar's room is confused. Because reasons. I can't really look at the debugger. Yeah, it's that multiple rooms may be not as well supported as I thought. If they both have real-time objects. Real-time avatar failed to register with real-time avatar manager component. Was this avatar prefab instantiated by real-time avatar manager? Connected to lobby. Real-time connect ID players list. Real-time debugger avatar failed to register with real-time avatar manager component. Real-time view model was deleted from data store but has no corresponding prefab. This is a bug. Disconnected from lobby. Connected to lobby. I think both of my levels connected to lobby. Multiplayer session. No, this is test room. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it's hard to say what room the thing is actually connected to. Well, I got further than I did a minute ago. Okay, here's my plan. New plan. We're just timed out. Let's see if it refines thing. And partly it's because I haven't seen my spare battery in like 8 months. I guess I should review the unpacking tasks. So I have a feeling like the having multiple real-time rooms open kind of got their signals crossed. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's better. So they both rooms loaded the same. Both scenes loaded the same real-time view, which caused chaos.
Oh.
Yeah, so because I hadn't created a way for the other room to set its room code differently. So chaos resolved. But and the other room is just storing all its stuff in like the test room. So let's see if I can actually load Spooky okay. Fade out. No, I'm stuck in the floor. So, yeah, which makes me very dizzy. And I can't load, yeah, a bunch of stuff can't be loaded because reasons. Because the avatar didn't load properly. So none of my menus and stuff like debug. Attempting to auto detect real-time instance, but multiple instances of real-time exist in the scene. Shit. That's what I was hoping to avoid. I thought each Unity scene would, everything in its hierarchy would use its scene.
Yeah,
So
you'd
that,
think that would be kind of like the logical.
however, that is not how it works.
So multiple instances are basically not not allowed or not reliable, I guess.
They're fine. You just have to manage them.
Okay.
You put this object use this real-time instance, right? Connected to lobby, connected to test room, connected to lobby, connected to test room. Head.
Okay, I have to join my other meeting. I'm hoping it'll be pretty quick. It's scheduled for no more than half an hour, but
Okay.
I will hop back on as soon as I am able.
Sounds good.
I'll go ahead and do what Wade did and just kind of like mute myself. But I'll be back soon.
Okay. Hide camera, keep audio. Do, 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 do. To do. Well, that sucks. No, wait. Is this stuff all connected to lobby still? Should be connected to spooky. Connecting to the room. At this point, seem to unload lobby. Good, good, good. Connecting to room lobby. Here, it should be connecting to spooky. Join room code. Connect to session room. This is not right. Connect to session room. Session base room name. Get active scene. Oh. Okay, so yeah, the active scene is the previous scene while this is happening. Time to Google stuff. It's Googling stuff time. Get active scene. This is problematic because the scene could be loading but not active. Return to the name of the scene that is currently active. Well, oh, that's not hard. Okay. It's wait, you're
Hello?
back.
Hey,
Hey.
sorry about that. Feel better. Oh, let me just get my glasses. I'll be right back. And my water.
You missed my extreme crankiness.
Yeah?
Extreme. It was pretty intense.
At who? Yourself?
Sorry?
At the game?
Yeah, kind of at the universe. The device, Oculus, life,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Give me one second. I just gotta grab my glasses.
Okay. Okay, now save that. I did. Did this load it? It doesn't seem to have. Stream, what do you think? What's gonna happen? What will transpire? Will it be more crankiness? One way to find out.
I'm not starting.
Meow, 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 meow.
We need more boobs.
Meow,
We need more boobs.
meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Did Jillian say what she was up to today?
I kind of assumed she was going to be on. I didn't, but
thought-
I didn't really hear from her in the chat. Uh-oh. Get code fail. Connecting to... Oh, that just took forever to connect. Yeah, Normcore is kind of slow today.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
I think they had a
No.
somebody they posted in their group that somebody went live with a game today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They're using up all the bandwidth? This sucks. Broke the avatar somehow.
Wouldn't that be funny if everything worked fine? And then as soon as one company goes live, it just crashes everything.
We have to scale up our servers.
Yeah.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Cancel. Alright, what did I do this time? Okay. Real time connected to lobby. That should not have done that. This is correct. Disconnect and reconnect. Oh, I think test room connected to lobby. How far down this rabbit hole to go? Oh, audio is back.
Should we have namespaces for our objects, for our classes in volleyball?
Up to you, man.
I mean, I don't know. I just noticed that we
I-
don't, but I noticed
Me
that.
neither. Like if you're using really generic names, like our event system, if we were using really generic event system names, we could have created our own namespace.
Yeah.
But not sure it's necessary. Yeah, this is broken as heck.
Western is the only place where we actually have a ball return.
I believe that's right.
Is that loud? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it. It's not
I'm
too
gonna
not bothering me
unmute
too
it.
much. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't know what. There's a bunch of different things happening, and I don't know what's causing the break.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You need help?
I mean, no, I don't think so. I just don't know which path to choose. Like, because the like our cheesy room server code, results in like the lobby having multiple instances of real time,
Yeah.
and then there's code that kind of like sorts out the connecting and disconnecting, which like was good enough to get a level loaded, but
Right.
now all that code is still like rattling around when I think we want the scenes to load their own instance.
Right.
And then something is causing the avatars not to generate correctly.
Oh.
So with their controllers and stuff, so the head's just sitting on the floor in Spooky, right? And it has to do with probably the instance being unloaded at the same time as it's being loaded. And then like it's just like I was hoping this would kind of like just work and sort out the multiplayer data into separate silos,
Right.
and then things break. Partly because if I want to load a scene additively, it wants to create its own wise global object, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh well, we have to do that manually then, and then so we're getting a million like Wise is throwing a million errors too. I'm just like, is it possible that that's what's killing the avatar? Like, there's just it's a can of worms.
Right.
Not easy to understand what is broken. And I think we want to add our own Wise initializer. I feel like I'm not going to be too long for this session.
Yeah.
I was so cranky, it was ridiculous.
Understand. walking towards me like he's gonna do something annoying.
Wi-Fi lost. Are you kidding me? It did have audio.
Oh, this is kind of neat. So I used Claude AI to generate a ball return script, and it added in like an animation script. So if we wanted it to go through like different areas, like roll around and stuff like that, and then hit there, it would do that. Obviously, I'm imagining this is going to need a lot of tweaking and figuring out what's going wrong if I did do that. But anyway, it's kind of neat that it just decided to do that too. But right now, I just want something that's going to drop a ball in a spot.
Okay, I think I'm really leery of using AI to solve coding problems. If I don't already know the problem space,
Right.
because you don't learn anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's fast, but also it skips the
I see what you're saying.
human learning.
I said I hear what you're saying. I usually try and get something going and then I'll throw it in. Or if I don't know a starting point, I don't even know where to start. So usually I'll start Googling and finding out, spawning anything anywhere or whatever. And then I'll play around with that. And then if I'll see like there's an issue, like whatever it's spawning, but there's no collider, and so it's falling right through the object or whatever.
Like if you end up on Stack Exchange, you see people having discussions about like the different ways you can do
Yeah.
the thing. But if you go to AI, you just get a way.
Yeah.
It might be the best way, but
Might not be.
Yeah. And but 100% you don't learn, you don't get any sort of visibility about what the other ways are or what the potential
Yeah.
issues are. The end.
I agree.
I might have solved this can of worms for me. So if I load Spooky directly, everything is fine. If I use Andrew's scene switcher code, total chaos. Total chaos. But Andrew's scene switching code is in a way kind of garbage because we're probably gonna not use it's probably not production code, right, for a room code server. There are more efficient ways to do it. They just weren't sitting around when we were prototyping the thing. I think I'm gonna take the server out and have us just key in room codes for now.
Right. So you're taking out and adding in. Sorry, we're gonna key in manually.
I think so. There's not a. I mean, there's not. We're not thinking about putting out a public release, right? Where we need a room code
Right.
server for a while.
Correct.
And then if it's going to be like super pre-beta kind of like demo, where like if people happen to pick the same room code, I don't think. I mean, it would be funny. It wouldn't be a
Yeah.
disaster. And I think it just creates a bunch of. It's a temporary thing that's creating that I don't want to build around or build on top of.
Makes sense. I mean,
However, I wonder if I want to sleep on that though, because I'm like, I don't have clarity in terms of what direction to build, but I'm also super cranky. Oh my gosh. You notice this happens to me every once in a while? It's at least
yes,
once
I
a
have
month.
noticed. But
It's my moon.
I noticed that you say that you're cranky, but I don't actually notice you being cranky.
Really? My behavior isn't like,
Well, sometimes I find you're a bit
Testy?
testy. I have found that in the past.
yeah, testiness.
Yeah.
I try to be patient and measured and grateful. And like, I'm wound up and
Yeah.
yeah. You missed me wanting to punch things earlier, I think. Poor Max got the brunt of that. I just had a mini rant. I got to the gratitudes eventually though, of the like I was just like, Oculus's dev kit sucks, and then I was like, no, it doesn't. I was remembering the dev kits we got for like Xbox 360, I think, or PS3 back in the day. What a nightmare. And then so it is cool that Oculus just lets you use your console as a dev kit, and it just works. Asterisks. Asterisks today was really frustrating. But I think what it was it was just like downloading a million updates. I hadn't had the thing on in like almost a week.
Oh, okay.
And so like it would install an update, and then like I'd go to run the game and it would like fail. And so I'd like go to restart and it was like installing another update. I think it installed like 3 separate updates.
I wonder if
but
mine's
anyway.
actually doing that because I haven't run it in a while.
I'm sure they were all essential security fixes.
Do you know how to instantiate?
But they seem to like install on restart, right?
Okay. Do you know how to
Go ahead.
instantiate a transform? Not instantiate. Sorry. Can you create a transform as a, like if I have an object, I can drag the transform over to another object, but I don't know how to like instantiate, pass in a transform as a parameter.
Well, I mean, all your objects should have transforms.
Yes,
Right?
but I'm trying to decide like
You could copy the values you want.
right. I guess I can just instantiate it inside the script.
Wait, hold on a second. You're creating a ball out of
Right.
nothing, right?
Yes.
You're taking a prefab. Yeah. So you don't want to use Unity instantiate. You want to use real-time instantiate.
Okay.
And the one you want to use is the code you want to use is it is objects. We have an object spawner class.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was going to ask if I should use that or.
Yes, you should. Yep. So it does spawn prefab, and you throw in your spawn location as the spawn location.
Okay. Can I put in the location relative to the prefab that I wanted to be spawned in?
Yeah, but I mean, I think you would just take your prefab position and then your bond spall offset. You know what I mean?
Okay. And sorry, that script was
Uh,
is that under object managers?
It's object managers spawn prefab.
See spawner events. I'm just gonna.
I think you want to look for where it's used, because if you're spawning a ball, for instance, there's some code in the ball spawner that figures out like what the player's what the player's ball is, and like sets the player ID.
Okay.
Let me see where that
Looks
lives.
like we have two object spawner scripts.
Yeah, that's possible because that's possible. There's some old code that might predate Normcore.
Right.
And then the original load save stuff was probably.
I see. There's in XR Interaction Toolkit Starter Assets scripts. There's a object spawner script that's what it's seeing. So that one's not the one we want, obviously.
Sorry,
there's one in the XR.
I don't see that one.
If you actually do a search on objects or spawn or whatever, you'll see two, and I think the second one is in the assets XR samples XR interaction toolkit 2.5.2 starter assets scripts object spawner. Obviously not the one that we want.
Yeah, that's probably the sample.
Anyway, I see the object spawner, and that is sitting in object manager object spanner. Did I just hear a ding? That's weird. I must have a tab open somewhere that did that.
Player. I'm investigating a little bit because I'm having trouble finding out where the current ball spawner is happening.
I am back.
Hello.
It's pretty windy outside, so let me know if it's getting picked up on my mic or not.
Sound good. How come I cannot remember where anything lives? Why is this so hard? I'm about to get cranky again. You missed it. I calmed down for a little bit, Max.
Ebb and flow.
Where am I getting these? think it's Facebook.
Time. Spawn. Playable prefab. Player event caller. Spawn playable prefab. Near player. Okay, I think I found it, Wade. Wade?
Yep.
This guy. Spawn playable prefab near player.
Just tap again. Okay.
So this is similar to what you want.
Okay.
In the player event color. So it takes the prefab name, which is bowling ball, right? And
Yeah.
then if the user has bowling ball settings, it will
Yeah.
use the user bowling ball.
Okay, cool.
And it takes a spawn location, right? And what you can see the kind of math it does here. This game object transform position plus this game object transform forward.
Okay, I see. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
right. So your routine is going to be a little bit different, but I think just in the spawn location math, right?
Yeah.
So your function would probably take the. You might want to put a marker on the like an invisible marker on the ball return that is like the spawn position, or just store it somewhere. What the spawn position is for the player ball. Yeah, so spawn playable, prefab name, and spawn location.
Okay. Julian lost track of time and she's joining now.
Oh yeah.
Is Max still on? I heard him.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, he's doing dishes.
I'm
and
not.
stuff.
Sorry.
It's
It's
okay.
because I have a.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it.
I'll just mute the microphone. It's just.
No,
It's because right above me is the kitchen.
that's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. Keep the mic on so we can chat at you and stuff. Lost track of time for an hour and a half. Yeah. See if you found that function, Wade.
Yeah, I see it.
L copy and paste.
I'm just trying to think of who's calling this. Let's see.
1 sec. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Okie doke.
What is this attached to?
this is player event color. I honestly don't know where it lives. But you know, you don't want to call this because
No, I know, but I just want to figure out. I just want to see where they attached it, so I can use that as a reference for when I attach it to my object.
I think probably you just want to yeah how to do it. I think you could just like this is derived from a mono behavior so that it can be a component on a game object, right? But really there's like zero reason for it to be. Like this could just be like a class, right?
Right.
That where you just call the spawn function if you need it.
Right. That makes sense.
And at the end of the day, like this all this function is doing is calling an event, right?
Okay, I'm back.
So I think you could create your own class if you wanted. I guess you're going to create a component that does this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I would skip doing anything but maybe referencing this code. Like we might want to refactor this, like get bowling ball name. But really, spawn playable exists. It takes a prefab name and a location. I think this other stuff is interesting for reference, but really your script just needs to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason this needs to be on a game object. It doesn't need a transform. Doesn't need a.
Doesn't need anything.
Oh no,
okay.
it does take a this game object transform position. Okay, so that's the only thing it has that is useful. So this must live on the player to allow you to
Put it as a reference from where the player
to reference the player location. But to me, this doesn't need to be a game object at all. You could send in like your reference position.
Right.
The two things it uses from the player are like this position and this forward. And it seems like that's like just a ton of overhead for spawn movable prefab near player. Give it the player object. Anyway.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, I will create actually, I do have a script already. I'll just modify it now.
So the thing I'm thinking about, Max, that I might sleep on is taking out the room server because of how much, managing real-time instances it does. That's probably not necessary. And it was useful at the time, but it's probably not something we're gonna ever use in production, right? In its current state. So I don't want to spend a ton of time building around it.
Yeah.
But because we have an interface where you can put in a room number and join it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I can. Anyway, I think so. Do I start doing that? I've got this branch that's not going to bother anyone if I start taking it out. Maybe I'll take it out and see if it improves everything. Like loading spooky is fine. I think I still have it up. The kind of thing that's happening is we don't have a good example here. I'll do the thing, and you'll see like a bunch of different. There's code that's managing multiple instances of real time, right? in the room join sort of loops. That is, I think, creating chaos. You don't need to see it. Never mind. What did I want to do? I do think, though. No, that's a maybe as well. There's that setting for like automatically add Wise global, and then we end up with 2 of those with the additive scenes. How bad is that?
Sorry, my computer was being choppy there for a second while it's finishing up a Unity light map UV.
Understandable.
But I think I caught most of what you were saying, so should be all good.
That's good, because I didn't. What to do? So I added my multiplayer. Changed the join room code. How close is this, I wonder? Guest has joined. No video feed. Oh, sorry, that's Max. I thought it was Jillian. Boop, 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 boop. There's a Jillian. Hello.
Max, hey, what's going on?
Wait's
Hello.
doing dishes.
Max, are you hiding your swollen eye?
Yep.
Oh, God.
We banned him from actually showing his face online.
Oh.
We didn't want to
I was kind of excited.
terrify the viewership.
Yeah, scare away all of our loyal followers.
You missed my extreme crankiness earlier.
Oh, too bad.
I'm sure there will be more. It's game dev. I kind of have like learned helplessness with Unity and Oculus. Where like I know there's pain, but I just keep coming back, doing it anyway.
And then just so you know, Jillian, I've been generating auto-generating the light maps for lane 4.
Okay.
It's been going good. Only one of them took like a decent amount of time. The rest have been loading in and pretty appropriate amount of time at least.
Do you want me to try what we discussed and see if I can include the UV maps and the FBX?
Yeah, it's worth a
or
try.
okay.
Yeah, it's tough. I was chatting with Andrew about that as well, and just trying to figure out, next steps to try in terms of. I think we determined you don't necessarily need to generate a second UV channel. I think Unity does that automatically, but ensuring that there is a first UV channel when exporting from Blender. I'm pretty sure that's true. Otherwise, we wouldn't get the correct colors.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, something's working.
Yeah. But yeah, I just got all of lane 4 imported, and it all looks correct. It all was placed correct, so looking good. Do you want me to push these changes as is so you can grab the lane 4? Or do you want me to keep going and try and get all of the lanes in with the way I'm doing it now?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, kind of whoever.
Can you repeat it?
So you did lanes 1 through 3,
Mhm.
the generate UV map, all of that kind of stuff. I just finished lane 4 and pulled them into the level, and they all aligned correct. Do you want me to keep going and do 5 and 6 as well, or do you want me to push the changes I have now?
I don't mind unless the only thing is, what's the difference between this and what I initially did in terms of once I got them all in, you guys had trouble because I had all the 6 lanes up.
Yeah, so I think the issue was when you import it. So when I imported this last time around, you did lanes 1 through 3 and pushed the changes. When I opened Unity for the first time after getting those changes, it took a very long time for Unity to open up and import all of those objects. At least a couple hours. I stepped away from my computer, and when I got back, it was done. But I think why it worked this time was that it was doing, even though it had quote unquote more FBX to import, they were smaller. So my computer could handle each individual task all lined up, as opposed to before, one of the lanes was just complicated enough that my computer couldn't handle it. So when it tried to import it, it would crash. So this one works a little bit better because it's doing each one individually or in smaller pieces. It makes it a little easier for the computer to handle that.
Okay.
At least that's my understanding.
If that's the issue and sort of the issue is technically, I mean, it doesn't matter who, in my opinion, who imports the lane as much as if that's not going to be a problem, I can just or I can try this to see if this works with trying to, like, I've got this open right now to see if I can what happens if I do like export. Let me just see. If I export as an FBX, then selected objects, apply transforms. Let's see.
Because I'm trying to see. Let's see, where did I mention? Yeah, all this says is when exporting from Blender, make sure UVs are included. That's the extent of what it says. I could probably get more info, but
I'm just going through the list of, like, now that I'm trying to export, I'm looking for something that says, I don't see anything that says specifically like a box to check or anything about.
I'm just gonna go eat dinner. I'll talk to you in a bit.
Good.
that's interesting. I wonder if it like automatically includes it then?
Well, as it has to, because their things are the right color, right? The
Yeah.
implication is that things absolutely would not be the right color if it wasn't bringing in the UV maps.
Yeah, so at least something is working right. I would assume that would be UV channel 1 importing correctly. I guess that really brings it to the question of, well, then why is Unity struggling to make the second UV channel so much? And the only real other option would be to manually make the second UV channel and do the light map UV on that manually within Blender. Which of course takes a bit longer to manually do, but is probably more reliable in terms of results. And then we don't have to deal with that import time on the Unity side. But I also don't know how difficult that manual creation is. Sounds like there might be a Blender tool to do that. Kind of like auto-generating in Unity, but more reliable perhaps.
Fuck. Scared the crap out of me. I was so. Reality
Oh,
broke
hang
there
on.
for
I
a
may have
second.
found. Let me try something.
I put on my headset and I looked in the mirror in the lobby, and there was a purple alien.
Oh.
Yeah, it took a while for my avatar to load in. It was a little bit of a reality break there. Everything's fine. I'm okay. We're in the Matrix. We're not who we think we are.
Use the layout.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, wait, like left.
Yeah.
He's not nervous that I'm gonna not see him when he tries to jump in again.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and 5 then. Got it.
Okay, because there's a step here that I am about to try that I haven't tried before that involves exporting the embedding the textures into the FBX. So let me just try. I mean, you can keep going, but this, I wonder if this is going to make a difference.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
Meow. Meow.
Oh my God. Preach. Path mode to copy.
We were noticing that the game is taking a long time to like get your room code and stuff today. And someone was saying on the Normcore Discord, someone announced their game going live today.
Oh,
I'm wondering if they have a million users running around, taking up all
lucky.
the bandwidth. Okay, audio works. It's fine. So this still is problematic.
Okay, there's a step missing here. There should be an option to embed textures. Okay, I don't understand this.
Ooh, poor Max.
I
Poor
fell
Max.
off there for a second. It's okay. My computer's still doing
You
its
need a-
job, just
Yeah. You need a build machine.
focusing its efforts. Yeah.
Oh, it's a button. Max, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So I just texted you or messaged you a new file,
Oh, cool.
lane 11 dash UV. If this video that's, I don't know if this matters, because what this guy's kind of showing is by embedding the UV, it almost sounds like, I don't know if this is if this is what we're looking for, because it almost looks like it embeds the texture into the FBX, which, based on what he said, sounds like, therefore in Unity it would come with the texture attached, as opposed to it trying to like look for it, like a
Oh, okay. Hold on. I just pulled it in and I was comparing your previous lane 1-1
uh-huh.
with this one. And let me confirm real quick. Yeah, if I don't count the fact that the previous lane 1-1 has the generate light map UVs like box checked in Unity,
Mhm.
the only difference is that in the materials section, on the previous one, there's a button for extract textures that is grayed out, like you can't click. But on this new one you just sent, you can click it. So if I click extract textures, let me try Spooky select folder. I want to see what happens. Because now I'm curious, maybe that would be one way. So instead of having to send a separate texture file like the color map,
Mhm.
this would just attach it to the FBX itself for us to extract if we need it.
Right.
But that being said, let's see what happens. I'm letting it run its thing
That would actually be
now.
ideal, because then there wouldn't be any weird missing textures.
Yeah.
Um, I guess my only thought is, does one use more or less? Like, does this mean you extract it once and then it's there, or will it, is it going to be an added um, like
Yeah.
processing thing?
And that's a good question, because what's weird is I'm seeing this import and it says importing, busy for 50 something seconds. Art, untested imports, spooky 1-25. And this is the weird part. Spooky 1-25, lane 1-3. And that's weird because I started this process on the one you just sent. So I'm
Mm.
not sure why it's doing 1-3. I guess I'll let it finish and see what it says. Um, yeah, because now it moved on to lane 1-1. So I'm not sure why doing it on this one seems to be doing it for all of them.
I know I just sort of got on, but I might have to get off. I have to also make dinner, and I have St. Patrick's Day plans. Did you know that St. Patrick's Day is a holiday here?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know it's one
No
here
way.
too, but we haven't really done very much for it. We didn't have any set.
Wait, Newfoundland, you have a holiday for it?
Yep.
Like everyone gets the day off work?
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I'm
I
moving.
didn't get the day off work or anything, but we still celebrate it.
That's crazy. Green Beer Day.
And
There needs to
apparently,
be like a recovery day afterwards too.
I think everybody drank over the weekend. Like when I went to my run club and stuff, people were talking about what they had drunk, what they're going to be drinking.
That's awesome. I was skating back to my apartment this afternoon, and this rando on the street was like, "Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day!" And he had like big green can of something. I'm like, "Oh yeah." Might be the most important day in this guy's year.
I used to work with someone that hated Christmas, but like St. Patrick's Day was their Christmas. And like they had this whole 18 holes of golf, but drinking at bars. So like I never joined in this, but it was like this big, it was their holiday for, I can't do it. I can't do it no more. Ugh. I'll probably have a beer or two tonight though.
Have either of you ever had Scotch eggs? They're like hard-boiled eggs wrapped in like ground
Tinfoil.
sausage and then some breading and then like deep fried
No.
or fried in some capacity. Yeah, I guess they're like my dad always makes them on St. Patrick's Day as like our St. Patty's Day treat or whatever, and they are delicious.
Oh
If
yeah.
you ever see one at if you ever go to like a pub or something and see them on the menu, definitely
Get
worth a
one.
try. I love
Okay.
them.
Will do.
Yeah.
Max, if you tell me, I'm going to sort of there's another video here I might check out, but I'll tap out and make dinner. If what I just sent you works better or solves a problem, I can do this for the rest of them as well. However, if the
Okay.
issue, if there is no,
Yeah, I'll let you know.
if there is no issue, and really you're just going to import the remaining FBX files as is, and that works, then there's no problem.
Yeah.
From what I read,
Yeah.
from what you showed me, it looked like if the UV map came in with it, which kind of technically it did, as because that now correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
it sounded like that whole checking the box for the generate UV thing was not actually necessary. Or
Well,
did I?
and that's tough because if we don't check mark that box, then I'm not sure if we get the light map UVs.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me know.
Hey, Wade. We're just about to lose Julian briefly. Max, how do I find a game object by name again? Max is
Okay, Max, there's a couple of videos here I'm going to watch, like for example, exporting 3D models to
hold on,
Unity
he's not
Blender
here.
FX settings. Oh, he's
Max
not.
isn't here. His computer probably
Okay, well, there's a video here I'll
working real
watch
hard.
that basically says Blender FBX settings that I'm supposed to check for bringing models to Unity. So I'll check that out as well.
Okay, cool. Max is back.
All right.
Hey, sorry, I just sent a Discord message. My computer's being choppy. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know
Okay.
how this task runs and what happens when it's done. Looks like it's trying to do all of them, and I need to figure out why, so I'll research
Okay.
that as well.
And I was saying while you vanished for a bit that I found a video here I'm going to watch that basically just says how to import the FBX settings for bringing Blender models into Unity. So I'll check
Okay, yeah, see what they have to say.
and see if there's anything different.
Cool. Yeah, that works. And like I said, I'll let you know how this goes whenever it finishes up
Okay.
and
Right.
what I find from that. So,
All right. Sounds good.
cool, cool.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
Same name. And people are dropping like flies.
Would you say people are dropping like flies?
Yeah. Max's computer tanked. Jillian's eating food. And same name.
Sorry. Where did Jillian go? I know she had to step out, but
I think she's having food.
oh.
Where does the same loader live? Bing. Max, is your computer letting you join again?
Yay, I'm back for now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I only changed the setting on one model, and it's trying to do it for all of the different lane pieces. So, not quite sure what's happening there.
Feature.
I have a leak in my basement, and
Don't have a leak in your basement.
what's that?
Don't do it.
It sucks.
It's better than having a leak in your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, boat's probably less expensive. Potentially more dangerous.
Yeah, depends on if you're in the boat and where the boat is.
Yeah.
But yes, that's no fun.
Shit. Now he's asking me questions I don't know.
Okay. It's just might work.
So I could turn that spawner into a class and just give it a reference to itself and the offset for the ball when I call the class from the object, from the um, from the what do you call it, the return. I'm guessing. I'll be right back. I need my charger cable.
What's a good Unity random function?
What for?
Yeah, getting if people click the get a room number button. I'm unhooking the complicated multiple real time spawning. Oh, here's one. Here's one right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might be confusing it with JavaScript. I think there's like a math.rand function, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that syntax is the same here.
Random dot range. Unity engine dot random.
Yeah, there you go, random.range.
The art pipeline is successfully kicking Max over and over.
Hey, it's making progress.
It's doing stuff.
It is doing things indeed.
Stuff is happening.
I will say I did not expect this process to take so long. I thought this was going to be a pretty simple one.
But I took out that dependency. No, but this does. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? Poor Max. I feel so bad for you. No video. Computer keeps booting you.
Rough day, but at least it's, like I said, at least it's still kind of making progress. I know I'm almost wondering if it would be easier on my computer to just have Unity open,
Like, what browser are you running?
Chrome, and that's
Yeah, it's
probably my
using like
problem.
half a gig just
Yeah.
for like this video. I don't know. Do you want to take a break? See if it finishes.
Let me check something quick.
Cool. Andrew not connected.
Yeah. I mean, Google Chrome's only using 20% of my CPU, which is still a lot, but Unity Editor's using 50% and roughly 90% of my memory. Also, I love how Chrome has 17 like things open in my task manager.
Seems like a lot.
That's just great.
That's Chrome though. That's how Chrome
Yeah.
rolls. Okay, why is my PC not available? Link. Hey, Wade's back.
Well,
Wade,
I might have to be
you were
off
about to
around
say-
5:30 anyways.
Okay. Wade, you were saying.
Sorry, go for it, Andrew.
Which function you were gonna call?
To
Spawn ye old ball.
spend. Yeah, it was.
I would call the bird. Like call the use the event that's already there with bowling ball. Because that is smart enough to like do settings on the bowling ball for the player and stuff.
Right.
It's like, oh, if this is a bowling ball, then I'll make sure that this player owns it and that sort of thing.
Sorry, when you say call it using the, like not the function that we looked at, the player
There's-
event caller function that was spawn.
So so this thing has what it does right at the end of the function is clerk dot
Yes.
spawnerbirds dot spawn movable dot send prefab name and spawn location, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that receiver knows how to assign a ball with rules to the player who spawns it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I should still like give it the prefab of like, am I
You
still
have to
generating a
give-
ball?
You have to say prefab name equals bowling ball.
Yeah.
And then you should probably look up the user's specific bowling ball, right?
Right.
If they, so there are a couple pieces of code in that function.
Mhm.
Player event caller, yeah. I mean that could be refactored, right? That we could put that in the spawn playable receiver.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So like the near player version and the, I mean near player is probably going away to be honest, right?
Right.
Can't find your headset. Yeah, why can't you find my headset? What did my headset do to... Okay, I can't connect. Please sure. Please make sure no other headsets are connected. Okay. Watch my neighbors be like secretly playing bowling ball through the walls. And that's the actual cause of all my issues today. It's like multiple users trying to load the same session. Okay, so far, no critical errors. Oh, that failed. Wonder what's going on. Timer. Does that connect twice? Oh, no, this is connecting. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, bless. It looks like it finished.
Huzzah!
Okay, it looks like it finally finished up its texture extract. Well, it looks like all I really got out of it was the color map texture image, which is something Jillian could have just sent me directly, as well as one of the other like cobblestone textures.
That
Not
took like half an hour.
Yeah, not sure why it went through. It looks like it might have gone through every single FBX in this folder to extract them, and it just took a long time to figure out which ones had what and how to extract them. So nice to know that that tool exists for us, but I don't think it's the answer we're looking for. It just gave us access to pull out textures if we need them. But since we have access to Jillian, who created the textures, it's kind of a moot point, unfortunately.
Does it create meta files for them or something? Like, is that like the missing step?
I mean, maybe, but Unity creates metafiles for everything that
Yeah.
gets imported, so
But I wonder if he just like, if it's linking them up, like if it doesn't have a reference to the ID that's in the file, then it has to like do all the math. Whereas maybe that's something
yeah.
we could just create.
Yeah, and that's why I think it was worth a try to see what happened and if this helped. But in the end, I think it's probably easier to just have her send the textures separately, even if we have to like reapply them. Like, I could have done all of that and applied the correct texture to everything in like 10 minutes instead of 30. So good to know that's what happens. I don't think it's the right answer for how to do UV unwrapping in a quicker, easier way. Okay, well, I actually have a couple more chores I have to finish up before my partner gets home, so I might have to drop off now, but if I get a chance, I'll try and do a little more research tonight with the UV stuff. Um, See if Jillian and I can't get this figured out. I'll also, since some of these things take a bit, I'll continue to do the importing process, and I'll just do the import and then go do a couple minutes of chores, come back and check on it. Keep doing that until I've got Spooky imported. So,
Is there anything you want to ask from Jillian when we see her?
um,
For her to like send you something?
no, I don't think so. I sent her a couple messages on Discord, just so we're on the same page with what I found and what happened and all of that kind of good stuff. So I think we're on the same page. Um, but if anything changes, I'll definitely let you all know or reach out to Jillian or, it should be fine. I'll just make sure. So,
Wi-Fi headset Wi-Fi connection lost. Happens. All right, thanks, Max.
yeah, best of luck. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I will see y'all tomorrow morning. I should be good to be there. And obviously, unless a meeting happens, but I have nothing on my schedule for now. So,
Oh yeah.
okie doke. Talk to y'all
Bye.
tomorrow.
Later.
Makes sense.
Andrew, I think I'm starting to lose steam.
Yeah, me too. It's been like 3 hours, I think.
Yeah. Is Jillian coming back or is she off for the rest of the night?
She went for food, I think. I think she was thinking about poking her head back on, but I think she will forgive us if we break.
All right. Oh, I see. All right. Yeah, I'm going to sign off.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you in a bit.
Bye for now.
For now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, stream. I think that's it for today. No, let me see if this works. Can I swap scenes from here? So let's scene to unload, get active scene name. New scene we have.